Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aries July 2020 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 22nd, and the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on emotional security, home, family life, those you're close at home with, that latter or end part of life, safety and security matters. Also to the less dominant parent, which is often the mother, and looking at traditions, foundations, ancestry roots. And given that this is Cancerian energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of dedication, devotion, unequivocal love. It may be done with a lot of tenacity. In some cases, this might shine the light, so to speak, on a rather temperamental or moody, changeable, fickle, over-emotional, sensitive to criticism and ridicule. It could be a family member, someone you're close at home with. It could be the less dominant parent, which is often the mother, prominent home or family member. Now, this is also a time where you may feel like shining more, standing out in home related matters and focusing on nurturing your home and family life at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 22nd until the 31st. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could be a time where there's a lot of concentration of energy, focus, and attention on love, romance, children. Could even be superficial flings. It could also be matters with gambling, speculation, investment, fun, amusement, enjoyment, hobbies, creative endeavors, personal popularity. And given that we're talking about Leo energy, this may be done in a very attention-seeking way. If you're trying to attain some personal popularity, very flamboyant fashion, might be done with a lot of Leo ferocity, a lot of and done with a lot of magnanimous and generous energy, especially perhaps in matters with children, with love, romantic partners, if you're involved with some kind of superficial fling with somebody, or it could be somebody you share some hobby or some creative endeavor with at this time. Now, at the same time, this could be about shining the light, so to speak, on perhaps a child, if applicable, or love or romantic partner. That might be, it could be somebody that's rather domineering or overly flamboyant or ostentatious. Person that might be overly attention seeking or extravagant. And a lot of these issues that I was talking about that relate to the 5th house could be also done with a lot of extravagance, a lot of courage, and a lot of fortitude as well. So anyway, well, the next thing up, we're going to have a lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 5th. So for Aries at this time, the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Remember, we're talking about lunar eclipses in astrology. They're like full moons, but they could have a much more powerful effect and more intensified and amplified in contrast to a regular full moon. Now, in some cases, I mean, you're talking about lunar eclipses in astrology can be sometimes a departure of perhaps a significant or prominent female in one's life. It could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. It could be an older person, a person of authority. This could be somebody that might have figured very prominently in your stature in life, your social status, some recognition, maybe in a career related matter. This could be about the completion or culmination of some Capricorn career-related matter. And the difference with when you're talking about a lunar eclipse compared to a full moon, this could have been something that you might have been at some business for a very protracted or sustained period. It could be doing something Capricorn related, such as something with dentistry, or perhaps something with building or structure. It could be architecture or something, maybe even information technology, something connected with business. It could even been general mundane work, accounting, anything that could be Capricorn related. And the thing about this too is when you're talking about lunar eclipses in astrology, I see them as, I mean, of course, they're obviously signifying to note very significant events, but I see them as something that where they could be somewhat serendipitous. I mean, it could be something that starts out that might be very negative, might actually manifest into something positive. As an example, in this instance, since we're talking about the lunar eclipse being in Capricorn and the 10th house being emphasized and highlighted, an example could be, well, you're going online and you're seeing something, you find out something very negative, which is of course Capricorn related, might be impacting your reputation and your public image. The 10th house is reputation, public image. And what it does is somehow leads you to some connection, whether you post about this or what have you, and it leads to maybe some connection where somebody says, okay, I'm going to see if I could find a position for you, maybe in some credit repair place, you showing, you know, some ability, or you're inspired to do something in connection with your own reputation, credibility. Why not help others? So something of that nature, because lunar eclipses can work, and I think sometimes then solar lunar eclipses can be something where something fortuitous may actually happen, but it doesn't necessarily always start out as something positive. And this could be a time too where you might become exceptionally tired, exasperated, or full. Maybe somebody that might be overly tyrannical or ruthless or cold, callous. It could be a person in a position of authority, or maybe even the dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be an older person, and it might have been something that you've put up with for a very long time, and this is the time where you unleash a lot of uninhibited, unrestrained emotions about this, and it could be very life-altering. Next thing up, there's going to be a new moon in Cancer on the 20th of July, so the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be something where you're talking about the fourth house in Cancer, zodiac sign Cancer. This could simply be the start of tenaciously looking into your ancestry, your roots, your traditions. It could be doing something where you might begin a connection with a Cancerian that you feel very close to home with, a person that might figure very prominently in that latter part or end part of life for you. It could be a Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant person, or it could simply be one that embodies Cancerian traits. Some cases you may be welcoming a new Cancerian into your family life, and of course if it's a newborn, it would be a sun. It could be a sun and moon in Cancer, because we're talking about the new moon in Cancer. It could be the start maybe of expressing Cancerian traditions. It could be something connected with collecting, nostalgia, things that are family oriented, things that are something patriotic, or cooking. It could be anything that could be Cancerian related. You might even be starting something in connection. In some cases, could it be a Cancerian business out of the home? In some isolated cases, it can be something with cooking or laundry, or something that could be Cancerian related, but this would be very isolated, I would think. Now, the next thing up, we're going to have Mercury will be in Cancer this month, so the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you might find yourself sometimes, it could be contemplating things, very contemplative thinking with home family members, things, people you're close to home with. You might find yourself communicating about Cancerian things in the home with family members. It could be things connected with cooking or laundry, or things associated with the past such as nostalgia. And remember that Mercury can also be about siblings, cousins, neighbors. This could be about where Cancerian siblings, cousins, neighbors may figure more prominently in your home and family life, and maybe helping you getting ready for that latter or end part of life if you're not already in it. And they could be Cancerian, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian traits. It could be a time where your mind is more dedicated and devoted to cooking. It could be doing things around the house, things associated with laundry, and really and it could be doing things also too where at this time you're just really the thing about Mercury and Cancer energy, it's a lot of reminiscing. And you could be doing a lot more reminiscing, more so than usual, with home family members, people you're close to home with, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Last but not least, Venus will be in Gemini, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, for you Aries, this could be about the love and value. In some cases it could be mimicry, or it could be just speaking very loquaciously, very eloquently with siblings, with cousins, with neighbors. In some cases it could be a Gemini relationship maybe coming into view. It could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini traits. It could be somebody that maybe you knew from your early education. It could be somebody in your neighborhood. Perhaps it could be somebody that might have been figuring prominently in short journeys. It could be somebody that might have worked at a local store, as an example. But this could also manifest in some cases as spending as fast as you earn it on third house related matters, such as car related matters, local transportation, short journeys, siblings, cousins, neighbors. And be careful too. The Gemini energy can be about vicariousness at times. So this could be about that love of enjoying living vicariously through third house people, as opposed to actually making your own, as far as your own actions and your efforts and your own destiny or what have you. It's really in accomplishing things yourself, and it could be again through siblings, cousins, neighbors, people you knew that were prominent in your early education. Perhaps it could be people that you knew in your short journeys. This could be about the expression and enjoyment also of some kind of things connected with dexterity that require strong use of the hands and some enjoyment with that. And it could be doing something like with cars or refrigeration mechanics and helping out third house related people at this time in doing so. And also could be about some cases, remember Venus is also associated with art. It could be, for example, expression of animated art, or it could be by singing very eloquently and doing, and these activities may be involved with third house people again, such as people, the cousins, siblings, neighbors, people you from your early education, people that you know well through your short journeys and local transportation. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.